Video 2, Lovespain, final lead. The way I start the lead part, it's very melodic and outlining the chord changes. I try to find the melody in between the spots where I have the half step notes. When I want to avoid, to be more clear, the G sharp on the E chord. That's the note who will right who it's part of the harmonic minor or Phrygian major scale, which is the flamenco sound per se, right? So I start blending the transition between the E major to the A minor, which is right here on the B to A, or G sharp, I'm sorry, B to C, or G sharp to A, B to C. So all these little half steps, they are my target spots, not target notes, but target spots, because I can play around them. And that gives the flavor that I want without sounding too, goofy. But that's how I start targeting the spots that I wanted to hit and sound not so blues, but more of a flamenco player will do, still playing the blues. At some point, I go full pentatonic, but without forgetting that every time I'm on the E chord, whatever I play as a chord tone, as a color, will give me that feeling of the harmonic minor. So I started the solo thinking on the A minor chord. I start on playing the E note right here. Back to the C. When I play this, I'm thinking on the F chord. So I'm playing the A and the C, and that's one of my spots. Back to the A. So every time I'm trying to play from E7 to A minor, right? And because that's how I come back to the melody. So I start like back to the A, G, F, E, back to the A. That's a G, F, E, back to A. F, back to E, back to A minor. So something very interesting happens here. I bend the G note. We are talking, we are on A minor pentatonic, so B string I bend it from G to A. When the chord is F, when the chord goes to, the harmony goes to E, I release the band a half step to reach the G sharp to outline the E chord. When the harmony goes back to A minor, I go back on my band to the A note. Or I will from the G sharp, I will go slide, hopefully with more success than right now, back to the A. So the whole phrase sounds like this. Right? Sometimes it's really hard to play slow when you have that muscle memory of doing things in a certain tempo, but you got the point, right? Right? So it's, I'm playing the A over the E, the F, the G sharp over the A, the E, and the A back over the A minor. And then we keep going. Just a phrase to move from G to F, and the G sharp again, spelling the E chord. Back to the F. When I have the E chord, my target note is the B, right? Because I have this movement that I think it's really beautiful when you so every time I hit the B over the E chord, I also have a D as a 7, like it's an E dominant, right? So and then full on the E note, pretty much the whole next cycle I'm playing with this E to almost E flat back to E, and back to the E, and so I do this little E arpeggio, right, coming back to the A minor. And then I will spell right, from A to G to F. These are my target notes. That's what I think I did, right? A, to G, to the F, F, back to the A. So this is the scale I'm playing. Which is similar to an A minor arpeggio, but I'm adding the G sharp, which is the harmonic minor. But this is pretty much C major, right? But with the G sharp added. So back to the whole phrasing starting on the A minor. Right? and that's when the band drops on me. Right? So I just did something, and to this kind of some substitutions just to sound jazzy and pretend that we know what we're doing, like we always do. So that's pretty much it. Let me try to play it slow for you so you can see and you can visualize the scales that I'm into, the positions I'm into, and how I'm looking at the chord uh, shapes as well, right? There's a lot of G that are played here. There's a lot of A minor that happens right here or right here. There's the E major that happens here. There's the A minor happening here. So you will kind of see where I'm at, blending chord tones and scale shapes and arpeggios and all this crazy stuff. I think it's a very interesting approach to a blues with a known blues harmony. I hope you guys enjoy, and let's see. So I start like A minor, back to the A minor, G, F, E, A minor, G, F, E, and that's pretty much it. Okay, I don't think there's any mystery. The way you create a solo and you build a solo, it's all about the dynamic and how you want to express and deliver that message. And there's no graphic, there's no formula. Maybe you can make yourself one, but what matters is how people um, react, how they get what you're playing and how you're playing. And sometimes what you're playing, it's not as important as how you're playing it's a hard concept to explain, but it's easy to see when somebody is playing. And that's how all these wonderful musicians, they sound like themselves, because their personality imposes on whatever they're playing, no matter what gear they're using, no matter the if it's their own music or if it's a jam thing. They always have that personality that comes across the whatever they do, and finding that sweet spot when you feel like yourself, it's, I think, the tricky part, and that's what people should invest their time, not trying to be the It's not a competition, it's music. So whatever tools you need to make music and reach to people, I think it's an art itself, and it's a way of expression. Talking too much. I hope you guys like it. Please leave comments below if there's anything you would like to see with a little bit more of detail. I get lost sometimes in my mind and in my playing. I'm trying to revisit some of the stuff that we did it live, and sometimes one, sometimes two takes. So it's really tricky for me trying to remember things from that moment and explain why I did what I did, right? So I hope you guys can absorb something that it's fun and it has some value in your playing, and I'm very grateful with each one of you guys. Thank you very much. I hope to see you guys soon.